CTW presents Rich and Paddy's Skills Sundays.
With me, Paddy.
And me, Rich. Hi everybody, welcome to another Skills Sunday with me and Paddy. As you can see, we're both starting to look like a bit of hobos, waifs and strays with our long hair.
Some worse than others, isn't it?
I've been threatening to get the clippers out on Paddy, but
Not happening.
he won't allow it. So here we are again. Hope you're all safe and well as normal. So this week I've seen a couple of emails going out to the club about the newsletter and various bits and pieces we've been doing again. Hopefully you've all had a chance to see the newsletter. It's fantastic. And our Skill Sundays this week kind of ties in with a little bit that was contained in that newsletter about exercising. So what me and Paddy have been up to this week, we've decided we wanted to do some core and leg strengthening exercises to try and build up our leg strength and our core strength. We put together a little plan which we'll talk about in a little while to help us improve on our climbing techniques,
core techniques.
Yeah, and our endurance, getting those legs nice and strong. So we're going to go through a few exercises today. I do want to stress to you that I am not a strength and conditioning coach, so I can't officially coach you or teach you how to do these exercises. What we've done is put together a few of the exercises that are good for legs and for core that we got off the British Cycling website. So, and that was what was contained in the CTW newsletter this week. An area called Insight Zones under the training category on the British Cycling website, where you can watch one of the strength and conditioning instructors actually teach you and take you through some of the various exercises you can do to improve your climbing, to improve strength, to improve core stability, all sorts of bits and pieces. So that's where we got ours from, and we just sort of put our own kind of routine together, the areas that we wanted to concentrate on. So that's what you can do, and obviously only do exercises that you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't overdo it. Don't overstress yourselves. Don't use too much in the way of weights.
Ease into it. Start off with maybe 5 kilograms and then work up to 10, 15, and so on.
It's to endurance and that conditioning of the muscle is all about more to do with repetitions of a particular exercise, as in bicep curls. More reps you can do, you'll tone. Okay, you'll gradually increase your muscle power rather than an amount of weight. So start easy, start low, and gradually build up. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a few little exercises that we've put together for our routine, and perhaps you can try it at home. So here we go. Okay then guys, so the first exercise we're going to try is a squat, which helps strengthen your glutes and your hamstrings. So Paddy's there standing sideways onto me, and his feet are approximately shoulder width apart, and he's going to get down into a squat position, moving his arms forward to counteract his weight. Okay, and he's going to be pushing his weight back over his heels so that his knees don't come forward past his toes, and that's what you're trying to avoid. Okay, nice reps, mate. That's all right. So what we're going to do for our routine is we are going to do a minute of squats. Okay, so squats done. I think Paddy's balance is a little bit better than mine, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, just a bit.
So yeah, squats done. Just as a little reminder, while you're doing these exercises, silly thing, don't forget to keep breathing. A nice in and out in time with the repetition that you're doing, but keep breathing. So the next exercise we're going to do is the plank. I'm sure you've all heard of the plank, and this is one to strengthen the core muscles across the body. So
to begin with, you want to be in the feet push-up position with your resting on your forearms, and I typically like to put my hands together, in one in a fist and one wrap round, and then bring the feet together, make sure they're already together, straighten them out, and lower the bottom into a flat position, therefore creating what's called the plank.
Okay, so what you're looking for is as straight a body as possible, neck and head in line with the body as well. Okay, and you're just going to maintain that plank position for as long as you can without it feeling uncomfortable. We're going to go for a minute. I know Paddy's done around 3 minutes before, I think, have you, mate?
Yeah, about 3 minutes 15 seconds.
But what you're looking for is the stomach, the core stomach to hold in that plank position. So we'll come back to you after this one. Okay then, so plank done. Third exercise, the lunge. Paddy's going to demonstrate a nice lunge. Okay, so we're starting with our feet just about shoulder width apart again.
Yeah.
Okay, and
step forward, drop the weight down on towards the bottom of the knee, not sitting on the knee, and bring it back up.
okay. So again, trying to avoid that knee, front knee, forward knee going over the toe, and just dropping the weight down in through the lower knee.
Which that stretches.
So that's stretching your quads. Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're going to do as many good quality reps, so it's not as fast as possible, in a minute. So next one, we'll get the heart rate going. Next exercise is something called mountain climbers. So we're just opening the window, let some fresh air in. So it's getting quite warm in here. So Paddy, if you'd be so kind.
So with
Okay.
mountain climbers, again, you want to be in a press up position, feet about shoulder width apart, hands just slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and you'll just bring your knees up to your chest in a faster motion.
That's brilliant. That's really good. Bear in mind, to start with, if you've never done them before, it's all about quality, not quantity. So you can do them quite slow to start with, all right, and then build up the speed as you get a lot more used to it. But this one will certainly get the heart going. So you're using the top half of your legs as well as trying to maintain the stability through your core. Yeah. So we'll come back to you out of breath after this one. But again, another minute.
So that was a difficult one, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Both struggled a bit there with a few aches and pains in the hips and the
I think a minute's
shoulders.
a bit too long.
Definitely.
You can certainly feel the burn in the
In the
hip
hips,
area. What's
down.
called your hip flexors at the top of your quads and into your sort of pelvis area. And you can feel that pulling quite a bit.
So I'd suggest probably around 30 seconds is
Yeah.
much more.
This is the first
substantial.
time we've done this exercise
Yeah.
routine. So,
Yeah.
so
What's next?
next we've got something called Bulgarian squats.
Bulgarian
Oh,
squats.
I can demo this.
Oh.
Is I'm stood.
This is different
Bulgarian
Bulgarian squat, which
So
he's going to demonstrate.
different model, a much older, wiser model. Okay, so you need something sort of around knee height behind you, like a cupboard or a low chair or something like that. This is probably just a little bit too high, but it'll do for what we're trying to do. Stand with your back to it. You're going to take a step forward. You're then going to reach out behind you with one leg and place your foot on the bench behind you, maintaining your balance, using your core stability that you've been working on. Okay, and all you're going to do for a Bulgarian squat is just drop down onto that knee and push up. Again, trying to make sure this knee doesn't come over the toes, so you're not dropping forwards, you're dropping the body weight down. Now what should, ideally, if we've got the right height cupboard or chair or something, the knee should be a lot closer to the floor. Okay, so this is just a little bit too high. But for what we're trying to do for today, just to give you an idea of the exercise, again, like I said, look at British Cycling website, look at the strength and conditioning coaches, okay, and they'll give you the proper way of doing it. So this is just our interpretation and what we're trying to do to help us. Okay.
So this also not only builds the muscles in the leg here, it also builds it in the knee.
Hey, watch where you're touching.
Shut up. Around the kneecap, all in the muscles around there, and around in here, down both sides. Also helps
Cruciate ligaments and the medial ligaments behind the knee.
cruciate and mediate ligaments. in there from around there to about up here in the hamstring.
So by now then, I think you should
Be out of breath.
be out of breath and starting to work up a little bit of a sweat.
Even if you have got the windows open.
Yeah, so
Another tip, stay hydrated.
absolutely. Damn good
Breathe
point
in
there, Paddy.
and stay hydrated.
So yeah, keep your breathing going during your exercises. That will help maintain you not going out of breath, and obviously keep some water at hand. Yeah.
And not only that, but sugars as well. So flapjack kind of things, just to keep your muscles going a bit more.
Yeah.
But still don't overdo it.
Yeah, cool. Good point. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go back to our sort of core again, having just worked our legs, and you'll notice by now we're alternating exercises between legs and core, legs and core. And the reason for that is literally just to give each muscle set a rest between the next exercise on those muscles. So this one we're going to do something called a renegade row. I'm not sure whether you've heard it before, but I'm going to go back to the younger model to demonstrate this one.
So renegade row. Feet you want just beyond shoulder width apart, and you want your hands probably around in line with your shoulders, and you're just going to bring them up to your shoulders nice and simply without twisting your body and bringing it round, because you're just building up that core strength and some of the muscles, some of your calf muscles, mainly your core. You're just going to bring your arms up, your hands up to your shoulders.
Get your bum down, straighter back. That's what you're looking for. Now he's finding it more difficult. Okay, the record button stopped then. Must be a bit of a technical hitch by the old man. But anyway, yeah, as Paddy said, if you're starting to twist your hips when you do that and you lift your arm up towards your elbow, then widen your feet to give yourself more stability. We're going to give it a go for another minute. I think, to be honest, a minute's probably going to be too long again, because it's quite hard work on the upper body, supporting yourself, lifting one hand off. But we'll give it a go and see how we get on. 35 seconds. Whew. That's hard work on the shoulders for definite. How do you find that, Pad?
Hard work. It is hard work. A minute is probably too long again. So you want to keep it about 30 seconds. You're just looking at what our next exercise is, which I don't know what it is, so carry on.
Yeah, called a stiff leg deadlift. So this is all about the lower back. Okay, so the straight leg deadlift, I've got just a 8 kilo weight here. Obviously you can find your own weight. You don't even need a weight to start with, but it does help with a little bit of the balance. So again, feet just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Weight hanging down in front of you. If you don't have access to weights, you can use tins of fruit, tins of beans, anything like that. Just add a little bit of weight, okay? And the idea of this is you're going to be bending forward at the hip, pushing your bottom rearwards, keeping your back as straight as you can, and lowering the weight down as far as you can get. Not sure I can get all the way to the floor, but we'll see how it goes. So you're pushing your hips back and your weight over your heels. Very slight bend in the legs, keeping the back as flat as possible and lowering the weight down. I don't think my back's particularly flat, and then up again.
I mean, you don't have a particularly flat back anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, well, there's curves and twists all over the place, but okay, so push the weight back, push the hips back, and gently lower the weight down. Okay, I have very short hamstrings, so hamstrings run down the back here, okay, and I cannot get down anywhere near my feet. I've not touched my toes for years. Okay, so you're trying to get as low as you can, bending, pivoting at the back here, and working on these lower back muscles. Okay, and we're going to do again reps, quality reps. Sorry, not quantity. So good posture, good exercise, not quick at all, for about a minute. Okay.
So here we have a bit of knee malfunction from my dad. So as he goes down, his knees start to shake all over the place.
That shows I'm putting a lot of effort in, that's why.
That's a bunch of lies, isn't it? It's just because you can't.
Okay, so that's actually quite a good exercise for the motion, really. If you think sat on your bike on the hood position, and then dropping down to the drops. So that's a similar kind of motion, and pivoting from the hip and keeping the back nice and flat. So that's quite a good comparison. That minute's okay for that. Happy with that.
So next exercise we have the lateral squat,
Okay.
which is about a minute long, and you want to do that about twice, just for each leg.
Position to the deadlift, weight again, and you're going to take a step. So just stop my watch. A step to the right hand side or the left hand side, depending on which side you're going to do first. You're going to take the weight with you. So as you step to the side, you're going to drop down with the weight, and then up, and then back to the middle, and then out again. Drop down with the weight, and then back up, and you'll feel the pull right down the inside here. Okay, don't drop down too low. Don't use too heavy a weight, because the weight will pull you down, and that's when you can obviously tear something or stretch something and do some damage. So just nice lightweight to start with. Okay.
So that's another exercise done.
So what we got left then, mate?
A minute is good for those. We are happy with that. So next we have the side plank, which is a difficult one. So it's just the plank, but you're on your side. Common sense. So what were we going to talk about?
No,
just demos.
Yeah, we can do it.
Just demos. Are you going to demo it this time?
Yeah,
okay. So this is for his better side, because he's weak on the other side.
So on your elbow, holding your hands is a good position to be in. Legs out straight. The top foot, the top leg, again for a bit of stability, in front of the lower leg. Okay, not on top of, just in front. Okay, and you can do it of two ways. Start off nice and easy, where you're actually resting on your hip and you're just holding yourself up, and then as you progress and you find you want to get a bit harder, okay, lift that hip up and lift it off the floor as much as you can.
So he's moved his elbow in here to be able to push up on the hip, making sure there's a nice clear gap, trying to get his side here as straight as possible.
I'll just drop that now again.
Trying to cheat on that.
You get the idea.
So it's pretty good. So that's actually our workout layout. So we are down here. So we've done all these exercises. We've got these two left after this one to do. 30 seconds is
plenty on that side
because
plank, yeah.
Side plank is quite difficult, much harder than a normal plank. So we're a bit out of breath again for that one. Not too out of breath like we've been for the others. That one is a really good one for the upper side back muscles here, and obviously for the core as well. Next we've got cycle what?
Cycle sits. How many shorts? It's alright, I've got pants on. So, in like a sit-up position, alternate arm, alternate knee. Okay, stretch the legs right out. Okay, it's not as fast as you can do it. Okay, it's all about form. Okay, keeping the stomach muscles tight so you can keep in that cycle position. Okay, again, for a minute if you can. Some of you youngsters should be able to do a little bit more than that, I would imagine. An old timer like me, I'm not quite so sure. Okay.
Right, for our final exercise we've got step ups, which is a nice easy one, a nice bit of a cool down type one really. This one's a cool down. What are you on about? It's nice and easy. That's fine. Right.
Hands on your hips, hands by your side, however you want to do it. Alternate legs. You can use the stairs for this, so you don't need any equipment. Nice and easy. Back step of the house, front door, whatever. So up, down, then your left, down, then your right up, down, and your left up, down, and just keep alternating. So again, it's not about speed, it's about form and how good you do the exercise.
Because you might be taller than me if you stay up there and I stay on the floor. You never know. Might not be, but
you're funny.
I know.
Again, a minute. I think even I can manage a minute on this one, so let's give it a go.
And there we have it. That concludes Rich and Paddy's Skills Sunday workout. Difficult exercises at times, but a nice gradual decrease in difficulty as we get towards the end. And
I need to sit down.
the old Cripstick sitting down. What do you think of that then?
That's all right. It's hard work. We put those time limits on the repetitions, but to be fair,
I was just about to do that.
we'll turn around so we can put the camera on the shelf.
There we go. Pull the window too. Have it.
So yeah, to be fair, I put those time limits on there, but
Kind of went off them, didn't
I
it?
certainly think for a first go, some of those times are a little bit long. Paddy's obviously a lot younger than me and probably fitter than I am. And obviously even some of those times are too much for you. And
Oh, definitely.
so
yeah.
play around with the timings, play around with the repetitions to see what suits you. And it's not a competition. It's about gradually building up.
It's for you, it's not for anybody else. It's not, oh, how much can your friend do? Try and beat them, because if you do that, you're most likely to overdo it.
That's when you're going to injure yourself.
So
yeah.
stick to your routine, stick to how much you can do without pushing yourself over the edge of doing it all.
Good point.
Um,
And keep hydrated.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. So the only other thing we were going to talk about really this week was we've done a few road rides again as normal, but we've been doing shorter rides this week, haven't we?
Yeah, and that is due to the fact of me trying to find better positions on my new bike, because I've just got my new stem on Monday. I think you're a bit jealous, aren't you? So I got a new stem on Monday to decrease my reach, so it's more comfortable. So I've been looking for different positions for comfortability and better power output for my personal riding style, I suppose.
So really, obviously Paddy did Mechanical Monday this week, and that was about sort of bike fitting and adjusting bits of the bike to suit you, to suit your style, to suit your comfort, and that's what he's been concentrating on. So when the bike was delivered, it had quite a long stem, so he's shortened the stem, which has brought the reach back.
Yep.
A lot more comfortable for him, a bit more upright and not so stretched forward. We've moved the saddle around, haven't you?
Yeah.
So again, that changes the reach and obviously the height of the saddle to get that maximum leg length and that power efficiency.
Also changing the angle of which my cleats are at, so I get different feet position to change the angle of my knees as well, to get a higher output, because I pedal with my knees quite inwards towards the front of the bike, towards the fork and the headset, just because I've got dodgy knees and they like to go inwards.
So they're all good points to look out for. So if you are using cleats, look at how your feet are clipped in, and perhaps get somebody to ride behind you, and they will be able to show you or tell you how your knees are as you're pedaling. You're looking for a sort of a knee that's parallel to the top tube of the bike, and Paddy's unfortunately just angle inward slightly. So as he said, by altering the cleat position and his foot position on the pedals means his knees now go more down the direction of the bike. So we've done some short rides to work on that, and I think you've got a decent position now, haven't you? So all been well. Tomorrow or
yesterday.
Yesterday we did a long ride, about 70 odd miles, which was really good. It sort of showed that he'd got the right position on the bike and really enjoyable. So we'll do some more this week, but I think we're going to get showered after those exercises, and that's it for this Sunday. So again, as always, stay safe, stay fit.
Watch out for my Mechanical Monday tomorrow. Yeah,
enjoy your cycling, indoors or outdoors, whatever you can get to do. Okay, send us some pictures, some videos of what you've been up to, how you've been doing things around the garden or whatever you've been up to. It's really great to see what you've been doing. But until next Sunday, stay safe. And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Take care, guys. All right, bye.